Hey guys, how you doing? Yesterday was a frustrating day. Clearly, I was upset. Clearly, there was things that I didn't like about the market. So what I did was, we talked about some things that were frustrating, what was going on with the market, and we talked about IPOs, right? We talked about how there was a lot of momentum with IPOs, and I joked that you just buy an IPO at the open and it goes up, right? So what I did was I kind of reassessed things after I had done my recap and looked at some of the recent IPOs and did some studying and was watching just for breakouts on daily candles and watching for essentially all-time highs being broken on recent IPOs that clearly have shown a lot of momentum. So the market itself hasn't had a lot of momentum and there's not really much news going on. The only earnings catalyst really that I was looking at was FedEx, FDX, and you know that was pretty much everything that was moving via catalyst. So everything else was either technical or IPO based, and so the technicals were not, as we saw, really working out well when they did move, and IPOs were moving on basically nothing. So what I did today was I focused a lot more on what IPOs were moving, what IPOs had potential, and ones that were sustaining volume, and the pattern had looked good, and that worked to my advantage today really really well. So the first one that really worked well from that aspect was AI. So we see here, this is a daily chart, right? So I was watching here, right? The break of 133 and 131.75 was the original double top. So I was looking at these areas for a breakout, and you can see how strong this stock was today, right? I missed the initial breakout, which would have been nice to get a hold of the breakout over pre-market here. Started its run, but you look at this, is up 20% today, and it's still running. I've taken multiple trades on it. I took day trades um, and swing trades as well. So really a solid move, and it stems from this being a really solid breakout point, right, over 131. And so I looked at this and I said here, okay, over 129. We're consolidating. We should go up to at least test that area, and it broke through that area, really punched through solidly, and made a high of 138. So a lot of points to be gained. 100 shares, a couple dollars, you make a couple $100, right? So that worked out really really well. I was happy with that. JMIA was another one that just had some momentum. It is a daily breakout here as well, over 41. So we can see that it broke over that level. It sustained 41 and then continued to push higher and consolidate. Sorry about that. That's just a reminder for me to take a break. So yeah, and you can see here, here's the high from yesterday. Broke through that and never looked back. So I traded this one. Just had really solid momentum, which was a rare occurrence. Volume wasn't through the roof, but it was pretty good. And it was, we talked about how important volume is, and clearly, this one had some volume, and obviously that sustained some of the moves. Overall, like I said, a really really solid day. It's the best day that I've had. It's we're up $300, $1,100 on the day. And if you look at my equity, I'm actually back to what I was at about a week ago. So finally recouped some of those losses yesterday, recouped those losses, and ended up with a gain and a gain on the week for this week. So obviously, I can't be dissatisfied really in any way with how today went. I traded really well. About 10,000 shares traded, a little bit more, but that was, and you see of my trades, I had one bad trade on QS, which would have ended up working out if I had to manage my position sizing a little bit better, but that was my worst trade of the day. Everything else was really solid. Really great moves. Another one actually I'll pull up here was Wish. Looked at this one. Okay, so we have the open price in the recent IPO. Then it had tested this, made a double top, and then now we come up again. We hold higher lows. We test this level up here at 24, and then as it broke through 24, pushed up towards 24.75. So I traded that, and again, recent IPO today. I don't have it available on this, so today mass. So you can see my buy and my sells. Um, Actually, could have made a lot more on this. I was hoping that we get a. I had a sell order for 52.25. I thought it would be able to break 52, and it did not. 51.94, unfortunately. So I ended up break even on that one, but was looking at this as a. I'll change this to the 5 so we can get a better look at it. It tested 50 twice. It had a high here of 50, high here 50, high here 50. So as it broke, I took an order through 50. It pushed higher to 52. I didn't get filled, unfortunately, with a couple hundred shares, so that would have been a nice addition to my day. But again, this is an IPO, right? So what I did was I adjusted my strategy, right? I Yesterday I realized, the market is not giving me what I want. So what is the market giving me? It's giving me opportunities. IPOs were a little more volatile, a little more risky. But that means we take a little less size and we get those moves as long as we are, looking for the bigger moves with IPOs. So I'm really happy with the adjustment that I made. And clearly, that's the result in the P&L again. I was a little more patient with things today. I think I managed my risk a bit better, but I wasn't forcing it on, like I said, on those patterns that maybe they look good generally, but because the market volume is so low, there's not going to be a great resolution to them. And actually, I was trading longs today on a lot of these IPOs, and the market is down. It's down quite a bit, but it didn't matter because the IPOs are the ones that are carrying strength in the market. So clearly, really good day next week. Like I said, there's only a couple of days that I'm gonna be trading. We'll see how it goes. The IPOs may still be running; those may provide some opportunities. So I'm not going to get overly excited. My objective was if I can somehow get to 8K on this week, it'd be fantastic. I didn't get that. That's okay. Maybe if I can get a couple $100 next week, then that's great. But nice comeback day today. Reassessed and improved, and that's what you need to do as a trader. Is always be continuously looking for ways to improve your trading. The other thing that I actually slept yesterday. It may not look like it, but I actually got some sleep yesterday. I went last night. I decided, what, I need to relax a little bit. I didn't study. I just played some Call of Duty, and I let my brain kind of digest the. So when I say I didn't study, I mean after doing my video and thinking about everything that I talked about, I didn't continue to study charts or look at some material or anything like that, or look at something heavy for me to think about. Later on in the evening at about 8:30, 9 o'clock at night, I just decided to play some Call of Duty and just relax. And sometimes that's what you need. You need to do that as a trader to because a lot of the time for me anyways, I find that my mind is go 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 go, and I'm constantly thinking about things. But we have to be able to shut off as well to ensure that we come back fresh and strong the next day, because it does take a lot of mental prep and work to be sharp when you're a trader. So you've got to have those days as well that you tend to yourself, right? So I'm really, like I said, we've only got a few more, a week left in the year pretty much. I guess not a week, but in terms of trading, there's not much trading left to do, and I'm looking forward to just restarting the new year. We started off really strong over the past month for the small account. It's been a little shaky over the last week. We're back to where we want to be. Okay, now we can move forward. That's the goal. Like you said, great day today. I'm happy about what I accomplished, and this is what's the rewarding side of being a trader is, you know, when you find what the market is trying to tell you, and you're able to capitalize on that.